YouTube Nation, it is I, Alex and Ashley, the awesome Supreme Ruler of the Universe, back to you today with a question video. This question comes from Davion from Facebook, and his question was, what do you like/dislike in a guy? I'm going to open this up to people in general because I am not heterosexual, and yeah. I, for those of you who don't know, am pansexual on very often occasions. One could classify me as asexual due to a severe lack of interest in the human race. There's a lot happening on my screen right now, and I want it to stop. So, yeah. Now, there are many aspects that don't translate over as far as what I like in girls and guys, because I do look for different features, but I'm just going to jump into it. As far as what I like in a significant other, I find that I'm more drawn to radical examples of masculine and feminine. So a female really into her feminine energy and males really into their male energy. And if I can ever come across an individual who's very in touch with both of those energies and they have a nice mix of it, then those are the people I tend to gravitate more towards. I'm not closed-minded as far as it goes, but as far as it goes, I myself am very gender fluid, gender neutral. So when it comes down to people, I'm more attracted to those who are more gender neutral as myself, because it makes it really easy to eliminate things such as like gender roles and gender stereotypes in a relationship. So then it's not so much of a, I expect this of you as the man and you expect this of me as a woman. It's more along the lines of, this is the person that I am and this is what I offer to the relationship, and this is the person that you are and this is what you offer to the relationship, and if something needs to get done, I'm gonna do it or you're gonna do it, and we're gonna decide who does it based more off of who's better suited for the job. So let's say I get with a guy, and more than likely it would be his job to cook because I can't cook, or not so much that I can't cook, I can cook very few things. Or I suppose if I had it my way, we would do it together and then see how that happens. I would learn some things, he would learn some things, we would have some fun bonding time. I'd do the hand sex thing, but I'm holding my phone with my other hand. So just imagine if there's another hand here and the fingers are interlocking. It's very dirty and vulgar. But yeah, I am very into individuals who are intelligent and can challenge me mentally, as much as I would like to not say I do enjoy a bit of constructive chaos, I suppose, because something that pushes the two together, but I do prefer that we get through our chaos like adults and actually talk and sit and listen to what the other has to say, so we're not just trying to get our point across, we're actually trying to make sure that the other person is understood. And granted, I know a lot of people have an issue with that point of view, but when each party is trying to focus on understanding the other, then it's a completely different dynamic. Because when you're trying to be understood, then the other person is trying to be understood, and you just have these two viewpoints clashing. But when you want to understand how the other person feels, then that just opens it up to better even ground, I suppose. More, what's that word I'm looking for? Starts with a C. You guys know what I'm talking about. What else do I like in a person? I like brains. I like internal beauty. As far as builds go, I'm more prone to girls who are built like me, preferably shorter, thin, small boobed, but that is my preference, I suppose. Because, I know what to do with all this. Other things, not so much. But just small, feminine females, as I said earlier, playing into the feminine energy. As far as males go, I prefer males that are taller. Build doesn't really matter as long as they're taller. Long hair, both parties. That's about it. To the core of it, I look for open-minded individuals who I can have conversations with, people who make me feel as though I can tell them who I am, and they're not going to judge or criticize me for it, and they're not going to assume things of me based off of the small details that I give them. Basically, people who they don't necessarily have to see through me and see who I am, they just have to understand that there's more to me than just this, because not everybody sees every aspect of me, and there are maybe 2 people on this planet who have not only gotten the information that's important to understanding me, but also see me themselves. So yeah, as far as people go, all I really ask for is somebody I'm attracted to, which generally I find these days, if we connect on a certain mental level, I'll find you attractive. But yeah, I'm totally into spiritual people, by the way. I don't know if I said that, but I obviously need to stress that, because the way I see it is those who do not love themselves cannot love me, and if I do not love myself, cannot love me. People used to say that to me all the time, but I don't think they truly understood what that meant. Now, as me knowing everything that I know that in general that term meant like you have to love yourself first in order to understand the concept of unconditional love, loving through acceptance, loving through understanding that everything is how it should be, and it's that way for a reason, and it's supposed to absolutely be that way at that given moment, because that is it existing in the grand scheme of things. And you have to love the flaws and the bumps and the bruises and all that other fun stuff in order to see past the illusion that's been given to us and to love and accept things. I was told that a lot by my mom, ironically, who did a lot to make sure that I didn't love the person that I was, because she didn't necessarily agree with it. But I understand the concept of it now, and it's, for the most part, it's true. Because if you can't accept your own flaws, how can you accept the flaws of somebody else? If you can't give yourself leeway, how are you going to give somebody else leeway? If you can't give for you, you can't do for you, how are you going to completely commit to another? It's weird and selfish, as society might deem it today, but I suppose that's something else I'll get into another video another time. As far as what I don't like in people, I don't like ignorance, arrogance, stupidity. I have a lot of patience, but as far as dealing with closed-minded people go, I don't want to. So I don't, because fuck you. No, I'm joking. I just got a text. Ooh, I got a text from Eve. He says, hey. But yeah, generally as far as that go, I try not to deal with people who aren't, for a lack of a better word, on my level. Because, yeah, a lot went into everything that you see now. A lot went into the person that I am now compared to the person that I was back in all those videos. Completely different person. I mean, for deep down, completely same person, same girl. Just, none of the fillers and animal byproduct. Just all the animal. But yeah, closed-mindedness, ignorance, arrogance, jump to conclusions, assuming things, people afraid of dealing with their own insecurities and their own fears, trapped in their own stupidity and ignorance due to their acceptance of their fear based off of what they're taught and what society is forcing them to continue to live in. I am not a closed-minded person. I am not a people person. Well, I am a people person, but I'm not a people person. If I had the option, I might stay home all day, every day, with a small gaggle of friends that I alternate between. And sometimes I would maybe go out, but hopefully if it didn't mean interacting with countless individuals. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind people, but people in this society are blah. And I ain't with it. Also, I totally just remembered that 13th hole, and it was this one. For those of y'all who watched my piercings and tattoos video, and I said I had 13 holes, but couldn't remember what the 13th one was. It was on the tip of my tongue the whole time. Anyway, this video's at 12 minutes now, and that is pretty long compared to YouTube standards, so I'm gonna end it here. This has been Alex and Ashley. That is what I like and dislike in my significant other. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.